Hello everyone. Welcome to Tablestory Dust Vale, a Western-inspired fantasy D&D 5e. I don't know why I speak like that. I'm so sorry. I haven't been drinking. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Dust Vale, D&D 5e, with an all-star cast, except for BradWOTO. I would call him.
Except for me.
He's an all.
I'm like a burning, fizzling out star.
Yeah?
Yeah, just takes you 10 years to notice.
It's better to burn out than to fade away, or whatever the phrase is.
Oh my god.
It's always on everyone's like t-shirt and shit. We're gonna be playing
Thank
some
you, Def Leppard.
D&D. Yeah, exactly. Today. With our wonderful cast. Before we get into it, I feel like I just want to say hello to everyone. Not you, chat. No one cares about you. I'm not going to say hello to everyone in chat. You're lucky you're even here, frankly. In the presence of such greatness, of course.
Talking about
Are we going to start the Kanye lyrics right now?
Yeah, right?
Deliriously tired. It'll probably make it really good. I ran a session once when I had accidentally overdosed on like weird paracetamols and booze, and it was great.
It was great to him, but to like everyone else who was like,
everyone else, I was just like, my
like
dragon.
drooling.
Yeah, how have your weeks been? How's it going, BradWOTO? What have you been up to?
I've
Doing
been
anything?
playing Breath of the Wild. That's all I've done.
Still,
for like the past
it's
2
almost like that game's really big.
No, it's only bigger than Skyrim and GTA combined.
Oh my god.
Oh my-
But it's super linear, right?
Yeah, we were just raising money for charity all week. Or last week. I guess it's this week now.
Nice.
St. Jude week.
Do you know how much you raised?
Yeah, I think it's like 4,500.
Nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
I don't
dude.
know.
Would you like some more?
Should figure
Would you
that
like
out.
some more money, Jay?
Yes, please. Always.
Here,
Here. Thank you very much.
Here, I got you. Here, just.
Woo!
I was
All right.
Let me just.
How many
Send
of
that
those do you have saved now, just in case?
I've got like 400 images here ready to go.
Oh god, when you finally get around to DMing Fairlight, I want you to just do stuff like that. Like set up a Zoom call in the same way and then just like hand things over instead of making a handout in Roll20, like hand it over as DM, like, oh, here is some coins.
Oh, grab it.
Here you go. Here are some weapons. Just like drops a knife.
Make everyone set up their call the same way and give
Yeah.
them the same file of like PNGs so they can take it from you.
You put it in
That
the one
would be-
screen and they pull it out the other
It would
one.
be amazing, but a lot of effort.
If you don't actually grab
Yeah, that
it, you
would
didn't
be-
get it.
That would be really hard to do. If you didn't catch it, you dropped it. You failed
Yeah.
the check to catch it.
Oh, damn. How has your week been, Fairlight? What have you been up to? Do you actually been streaming yet? Your computer build and stuff?
Here, this is in case I need to stab
Oh my
someone.
god.
I've just got this right.
That's
just
if you
got
need
this.
to commit Sudoku. It's angled right at you.
You might need that.
Sudoku? You mean
My
Sudoku?
week has mostly been a nightmare of technical difficulties and tearing my whole studio apart and rebuilding it because I switched over to 2 computers. But we finally got it all settled. I have my massive new battle station set up, and
Yeah?
I had 5 monitors. This morning I set up a 6th monitor specifically just for screwing with the camera because now I can do stuff like this. Basically, this last monitor that I have set up over here is running through a capture card, which registers as a quote webcam to the computer. So I can basically throw whatever I want on that monitor and it becomes my Skype or Zoom or wherever else I want it, which is really sweet. And anyway, yeah, it's amazing now. Now that I've got all the work out of the way, I can finally sit down and get back to the grind with the new production quality. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I saw you tweet a picture of those 5 monitors and I became immediately jealous. He's doing it too. What is happening here?
Oh.
Yes.
Put it over your own face.
Okay.
And leave it there. Never change. Tuesday, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Been good, been good. I'm also trying to transition to a 2 PC setup. But since I was sick, I just kind of gave up on it and haven't gone back to it. So it's still sitting there waiting to happen. I've got my extra monitor and junk. But yeah, I'm good. I've just been playing some Friday the 13th, which is super fun.
I really want to do 2 PC.
You've been playing Friday the 13th and you didn't invite me.
Oh,
I don't think I have
God.
you on Steam.
You could
That's
reach
really
me
weird.
like 35 other ways. We're in the same Discord server. You can find me on Twitter. You can jump in my Twitch
Sorry,
chat.
dude.
Oh, I didn't have your phone number.
No, I just didn't know.
I've never met you before.
Wait.
What
I'll
is
reach out to
happening
you. That'll
here?
be fun.
This is- Okay, Connor. I'm just gonna go to Connor. How are you doing, Connor?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Haven't been streaming too much because voiceover and such.
Is that voiceover in going good? I know it's all secret and stuff.
It's going well.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome, man.
10 out of 10 voiceovering.
I'm
I'm gonna try and
I
do
ain't
that. I
talking
wish
about it.
I want to
I'm
do that
talking.
like journalist thing where they like trick you. They like say
they-
2 questions and then they sting
I'm
you
not
with
PewDiePie,
one where you.
okay? I'm not
accidentally-
I'm not a Nazi or anything.
Okay. He's
Oh.
definitely
He's
working
probably a
with.
Nazi,
Yeah,
yeah.
he is playing Joseph Mengele. Is that his name? in an upcoming Nazi-funded Nazi game.
Is it true you're the next Overwatch character?
He's like
Watch what it's like actually.
he's like Dark Reinhardt.
We're staring at his eyes for any glint of truth.
It's worrying, isn't it? Yeah.
Dark McCree.
Insight
Roll
rolls
it,
from
try it.
everyone.
Yep. I'll roll it. Jay and I only roll 20s anyway, so we should be.
Yeah,
out.
you'd be good.
Yeah.
I wonder if you'll do that this week, or whether Roll20 will get its shit together and
Nope. Hopefully not.
not turn on
Well,
me.
now we know why they call it Roll 20 because it
Yep.
just
Apparently, it
rolled
only
nothing but
rolls 20.
God damn it.
Oh yes.
I'm
yes.
saving my roll. No, I'm not. Hold on,
Save
here we
your
go.
No, you-
20s.
You gotta blow the
need them.
initial shitty save roll.
Easy game. Easy life.
You did an int save though. You got a +6 to that. It doesn't count.
Do deception. I have a +6 to that too.
That's what he's doing.
Oh my god. This is the worst.
I mean, I only locked out with 18 intelligence and charisma. Everything else is really bad.
Roll20 sort of like bigs itself up for like, we split an atom in order to make sure that every dice roll is unique and or whatever. I can't remember what it is, but they have
Yeah,
some
20,
selling.
20, 20.
They have like a
Our
weird,
algorithm
unique
is
selling
locked
point.
in a safe in Siberia.
Yeah, it is. They have one of those weird, unique selling points for like how they roll the thing. But I honestly think that each time you make a new campaign, it just goes, this is the rolls that you can make, and it's either
Yeah,
all 20s or all 1s. Because it just seems to go that way. It's really weird. Tenchi, how you
Hello.
doing? How's your week been? I'm loving the Chocobo background, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, my friend 2-Bit Art will pop into my channel every once in a while and just start drawing stuff depending on what we're doing, and it's god tier. I am so envious of artists
I
that
wish
just
I
can
could draw.
sketch stuff real
Yeah.
quick, and I'm just
Oh my
like, wow, that's really awesome.
I've been obsessively watching the Drawfee channel, or yeah, I think it's called
Ooh.
Drawfee. Have you seen that? They have a D&D, but it's artists all playing D&D, but they play it weirdly. They like half play D&D, but they're half drawing something that's going on in the game at like in real time while they go. It's amazing. And then I found the rest of the channel, and it's just amazing. It's just like 3 people trying to draw Pokemon from memory and stuff, but they're all really good at drawing. It's
Oh my
such a
God.
great
That's
channel,
cool.
and I've been like binging through it.
Did you say draw fee?
Yeah, it's like Drawfee, like coffee.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if that's what the actual channel's called though. But I think it is. The Drawfee channel is, I think, what it is.
It's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat will probably know.
/Drawfee. Yeah, you can link it. Noodle.
Roll the hit. They hit. All right, everybody, draw the hit.
Yeah. No, it's weird. Like there was one. The first one I watched. They had. They encountered like this ogre who had 3 heads, and they had to entertain him with a play. But they drew the play, and they ended up drawing like a fantasy version of Paul Blart Mall Cop, and it was just great. Each artist draws a panel in the comic. And then they sort of do it that way. It's really good, and they do all sorts of stuff. And like, it was killing me because I was like, this would be the best stream to just sit and draw stuff that chat suggests to you, or like you're trying to do from memory. Like chat suggests me something from Final Fantasy, and I'll try and draw it from memory or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's just cool. And then I was like, oh yeah, I can't draw.
Yeah.
Which brings me back. That was a long tangent. I'm sorry, Tenchi. You were saying. What else you been up to?
No, that's how I do stuff too. I like
Yeah,
tangents.
wander off.
Finally finished screaming at my computer, aka playing Persona 5. So
Oh yeah.
finally could play another game in a month. So I'm gonna try and actually do something that's based off of what people are popularly doing on Twitch. I'm gonna try and play Friday the 13th for once. So
Oh man.
seems fun. Played a few games.
It seems like a good game for
worth it.
Twitch.
The
It's
best
really
part of
good.
that game is literally running to a window that's hopefully open and jumping through it with your
It
character.
is.
You
I
gotta
laugh
make a
every
sound
time.
effect. You
The
know?
athleticism. Yeah.
Just,
I
they full in.
I only like watching that game because of the role play. Like I got burnt out on like the whole kill survivor thing after Dead by Daylight for 3 months straight. So the role play is like amazing. That's the only reason I can watch that game.
What's interesting with that is the role play. I know everybody keeps saying role play, but a lot of the times it's just one person doing a voice for like a minute into the match, and then they just drop it. And they're talking to chat. Or
Yeah, I was watching Hunter, and he was in like games with like DJ Knight and Smashly and such, and they all had like a different voice for their character and the killer. And like
That's
Bike
awesome.
Man does the same thing every time, right? Bike Man does he plays Chad or whatever, and role plays the fat nerdy guy. But that's the only time I can watch it.
it seems like that would be fun. You have a character, personality, and voice for each character and killer.
Yeah.
If you guys
Harder.
haven't already seen it, Burke Black and
Burke's hilarious.
Burke Black and Cletus Buford have this recent thing they've been doing where they're role playing as people trying to play Dungeons and Dragons in Friday the 13th.
Oh my god.
So
I've seen
So,
part
like,
of that.
So like when Jason walks up and starts beating down their house, they're like, "Who's out there? We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. You want to come be our? We need a wizard." And so I was playing the game, had no idea they were doing that, and I just ran up to their building and I was like, "Guys, you want to help me kill Jason?" And they're like, "Is he the end boss or is he one of the like side quests?" And we're like, and I was like, the what? And they're like, "We need a wizard in the party. Are you a wizard?" And I was like,
That's awesome.
no, Jason's on the property. He's killing her. Anyway, I made a whole YouTube video out of it because we
Oh
ended
my
up
God.
like they wouldn't break character no matter what I said to them. So
That's
eventually I started going along with them and just like converting everything we did to D&D terms to make them cooperate, and it's amazing.
We need a
Oh,
perception check stat.
I was watching Hunter Wild. He's got this really good killer persona where he acts like an angry like property owner, and so he just comes in. He's like, "Man," he's like from Jersey too. He was like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna have to inspect these windows," and like smacks it like, "Oh, you got termites. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have broken that easily if you didn't have termites." And she's like, "I paid the rent last month." He's like, "I have to collect right now. I'm sorry." And he like axes down the door and kills her. It's fucking hilarious.
It's such a good
I love the
idea.
little personas people make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might give that a little stream too, you know? You've sold it. You've sold it to me.
Brad's
This-
gonna be the dungeon master.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll be like the killer DM.
if they miss, I'm sorry that you rolled a 1.
I told those two guys that I was talking about, I told one of them, "Get down, he's gonna hear you." And he's like, "I'm gonna roll stealth." And he crouched down. He crouches down. Oh,
So good. How about we play some real D&D instead?
I'm
None
down
of
with
this-
that.
None of this fake bullshit. Let me give you a little recap of last week, if I can remember it. It was that
Uh-oh.
lame. It sucked so much. No, it just feels like a long time ago. It was 1 week ago. 1 week ago. In game, it was mere seconds ago, but 1 week ago for us. Chapter 1, you guys all met for the first time. You were hired by a member of House Naga out of Sin River. Let me give you all the map. Where you guys can see like all the things that you need to see in the world, because the map's pretty and I like the map. Yeah, you guys were hired out of Sin River, which is a kind of rough casino town in the middle of a dried up huge riverbed kind of gorge. And this woman, a female tiefling named Shouse, hired you guys to take a box to Windy Peaks, which is along the train tracks. Yes, that's right. There are trains in this, as if I didn't get enough shit for railroading. Never mind. DM.
my
Ninja.
God.
Wow.
Ninja,
Nah.
Wow.
Come on, man. Come on, man. All
Just
right.
let him have it.
Kill me off.
No, that one hurt me too. So you guys jumped on a train and took with the intention of taking this box to Windy Peaks. Though along the way you were attacked by a bunch of ninjas out of nowhere because D&D, and you interrogated one of them, who said that it was the princess, which doesn't seem to make sense. Not 100% sure, I guess, whether he's telling the truth. But you did see as you guys, well, actually no, before that, you everyone on the train was put to sleep by some sort of sleeping weed, and they blazed it, and you. I don't know where all my notes have gone. I've got no notes. Let's just do it by memory. You all did it. You successfully killed the ninjas. The people fell asleep on the train, and then you had a sort of runaway train on your hands. Kenneth, I think it was just Kenneth actually, worked out how to stop the train. In time, there was no like crazy, it goes off a cliff and you all died, but everyone was still asleep. Oh no, Kenneth also did something else, didn't he? Kenneth accidentally murder hoboed the fuck out of a woman.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that. In trying to wake her up, he accidentally cast a devastating magic spell on her and killed her. Could have just shook her a bit, slapped
Could have
her,
happened to
maybe a
anybody.
cup of water. Maybe a cup of
days.
hard to come by water, but instead, no, he cast a powerful cantrip, damaging cantrip. Could have done anything else, prestidigitation, but you didn't. You just went with what was it?
Ray
of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of
And
Frost.
you Ray of Frosted her, killed her, and then disposed of the evidence by pushing her off the train. Really not an important part of last week, but possibly not sure. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
It was definitely like a manslaughter situation where you weren't quite sure how powerful you were, or really, it was more that you weren't quite sure how weak she was, I guess. And you accidentally manslaughtered this woman off the train.
What really chafes is we didn't get her gold and jewels.
She was the richest
Yeah,
person
yeah.
on the train. She was like a noble, and all of her, like she bounced off this train and exploded into like sonic rings full of gold.
the sound effect and everything.
Like when you get hit with a shell in Mario Kart.
Yeah, the person she was traveling with had fallen asleep as well, including the conductor, the train driver, and the priest who is on board, the cleric. You managed to stop the train. When you did so, you looked outside to check the train over. It was in like good shape, but there was this mysterious sort of woman in like a full unique set of armor which like moved around her and stuff. She had like a weird sort of cape on. She looked similar to some character. I don't know what you're talking about, but she looked a little bit like someone from something or something like that. I don't know, maybe.
Nightingale.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. You're just as liable as me, mate. The Tablestory is also yours.
Sorry, no rights reserved.
No idea what you're talking about.
It was an original creation.
Drawn by me. Okay, just parallel thinking. She was speaking in a very strange language that nobody seemed to understand. And as you were sort of inspecting the train, as the sun began to set, this thing began to grow out of the ground. Also an original drawing by me. Thank you very much.
And totally not my character standing in front of it.
Absolutely not your character standing in front of it whatsoever. And pretty much that's where we'll begin, actually. I'll just restart from there. If you guys are good to go.
My first action is going to be to run up and stand directly under it and recreate the picture.
Perfectly fine by me. We
I need to be
Kind of look up at it.
we can make that canon if you want, but let's jump back in to pretty much exactly where we left off, which was the train. If Roll20 wants to load up for me, fuck it, I don't need Roll20, I'm only the DM. I'm gonna rejoin.
I love how she's named ? Yeah, there's that big guy right there. That's
why wouldn't she be called that? Y'all don't know who she is. I'm gonna need some initiative from y'all.
Gotta click our character first.
So yeah, to roll initiative,
I always forget.
you need to click on your character and then click on the initiative button on your character sheet, which is at the top towards the center. A little bit London today. Sorry, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
You become more and more London as the night goes on.
Where am I? Oh, there I am.
So, this thing starts appearing out of the sand in front of where y'all are. I'm going to try and make it so that the stream can actually see what's going on without me forgetting like I did a couple of
I
times last week.
forgot how to roll 20. Oh, there it is.
So essentially, before you, as the sun sets across just desert wasteland, there's a sort of a swirling mass of sand which sort of coalesces into the form of like a massive humanoid. This is Titan, god of the sand, sort of undeniably so. I think if you were in the desert, you wouldn't really mistake him for anyone else. Raja might at first be like, oh no, it's the... Wait, no, this is bigger, this is different, this doesn't fit the description of something else. Though he coalesces into a form of a human, but there is sort of a sandstorm around him as well. There's a sort of sense of great anger from this weirdly turbulent form. He's not really standing still, he's sitting at the center of this sort of localized sandstorm around him. Appears like he's coming straight for you. Who do we not have initiative from? Let's see. Lash. So Lash.
Mine was 19, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll add you to this. And then I'm gonna add Titan as well to the thing.
I think you should stay at 0.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's
you
a
should,
good
yeah.
initiative
That's a good idea.
Let's
Yeah.
see what he gets.
37.
400 and there you go, 9. Pretty slow. He's spending his time forming up. So let's see. Lash. Once again, the quickest. I think you were first last time, if
Yeah.
memory serves. So essentially, there is this train next to you. The train in height, I think, is 20 feet. Is what I wrote down. So there's a 20-foot train above you. There's a 60-foot Titan above you. He is also yay wide. Just to give you some idea of like scale. He is 60 foot high, 45 foot wide. So that makes him so he's actually 100 foot high. There we go. 100 feet in the air. He's massive, and he's standing there now. Like he's not like his image that I showed you, where it's half of his body. It's like his whole form, and there's just a massive sandstorm. You're being pelted by sand and small rocks, and this thing is like Attack on Titan looking big. What do you want to do on your turn? Feel free to question me, because this is the deep end, and you are scrub.
Yeah. But I'm an acrobatic scrub, so I'm going to.
There is a
take
reason
cover.
I was telling you heights and things.
Yeah.
As a rogue.
I'm going to. You can see where I am here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm moving back over to here.
Yep.
I'm going to hop up this area where. I'm scrolling to who's here. Where the train driver is. That's outside, right?
Yep. So
is only the bridge part outside?
yeah, no, this bit is outside here.
Okay.
The part where Kenneth is like underneath a roof, but it's open backed. If you head into here again, you'll be underneath.
Okay.
The top of the train ceiling.
I'm gonna flip up onto here if I can.
Bear in mind, to do like attacks and things like that, you need to be like, you need a sort of line of sight, or essentially it would be that if you attempt it even, then
or
I
if
guess
I could get on top.
Titan would be in like full cover and would have like an enormous boost to his AC.
Okay.
But yeah, I assume you're jumping on the train because everyone's gonna bail.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm actually just gonna hop on there and call that good for now.
All right, so you're just gonna end your turn. You can do a thing if we want to go a little advanced, where you can hold an action if you want. So you can do the sort of hold action, which is essentially you could say, oh, if Titan gets close to me, I will stab him with my
Absolutely.
rapier.
Yeah, that's
you
an
can
option.
Hold that action. You sort of have to set a trigger on which the action will go off, but you can hold that action. Fair like, okay.
Can I so when I have my character verbally give her directions instead?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm not sure if like how rapidly this is all.
It's
passing,
all sort
like,
of happening at the
Sure.
same time, so kind of like
Gotcha.
very, very short bursts of I think if you're like going for like a full RP, then I just extend the scene by as long as you want. If it's like directions and like do this and do that, then it has to be like just a concise thing. But yeah,
Okay.
I feel like you can do that.
Raj is just going to yell at Lash and say, "Stay out of sight and watch the 3 up on the rock."
Got it, Raja.
Yes, of course. Over here, there are those figures that all of you noticed. There's the woman along with 2 of those ninjas that you had encountered before.
Oh dear.
She continues to sort of mutter under her breath, quietly. She is doing something up there. I should probably roll initiative for them, actually. Shouldn't I? Because they are here.
No.
And they are doing
Yeah,
things.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. I just
Stay out of sight
Casual
totally
observers.
means use hide.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah. I think you guys
I'll
can
get
feel
better
free
at
to like
this.
help Tuesday because
Thank
she's the
you.
noob.
I am the noob.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with my dice here just to save time. 4, 18, 14, 4, 18.
Why are you doing
and-
rotato rolls off roll 20?
Was the rotato
sorry,
rolls?
It's,
Yo.
just, it's much
I remember a
quicker.
lot of 20s a few months ago.
Listen, dude, that was that one dice.
This ninja forgoes his turn, and it becomes Kenneth's turn. Are you hiding? Sorry, Lash. Did you say you wanted to do the hide maneuver?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All
I
right,
am.
roll me a stealth.
Okay. Stealth.
Cool. That's all I need from you. In that case, it is now truly Kenneth's turn. What do you want to do, bro?
Would it cost me anything to do a quick Arcana check on the Titan?
It kind of depends what you're trying to find out, really.
I
feel
just want to know if he's being held here by what's her face. Because even though I'm in the cabin, I would have heard her talking, right? It looks like there's also windows on the map there. So would I have seen this going on, or am I like completely in the dark on this?
No, yeah, you can see those
Okay.
little blue things are windows, so I'm just going to stick with that being the case. So yeah, they're not going to be like huge, perfect windows,
Yeah.
but you can see like little slits and
Okay.
maybe a couple of portholes on the side to see out.
So would it cost me anything to Arcana check and see?
I'm going to
if-
say this one, yes, that'd be an action to like truly investigate what's going on, kind of thing.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, it looks like to you that there's definitely some hoo-ha going on. It would appear that she has sort of summoned him in some way, and continues to have some sort of link going on with him. She's speaking in some sort of language that seems to be. She's speaking to him,
Okay.
and he's sort of doing or listening. You know,
Okay.
it's not necessarily like a dominate creature type spell going on, but it's more like they're in
Yeah.
communication, and he appears to be, I mean, following what she's saying. You know.
I'm gonna try and get the train going, I guess.
Yes.
Would I know how to do that?
Well, you knew what the break was.
Yeah. So maybe I guess I'm gonna assume which one did I pull last time? It was the top one, right?
Yeah, so you've got all these different things around you. There are these 2 horizontal levers next to you, and you turned one in order to turn the brakes on. So you can you can turn that to take the brakes off.
Yeah.
But I think I tell you what, just give me another investigation check to see if you know how to like. Somehow, you've spent enough time in here to know exactly how to. I'm not even going to bother explaining it because I can't be bothered because it's mental. Steam trains are weird, like it's weird. But yeah, you know what all these levers, bars, things, pumps, cylinders,
Okay.
cocks. Yep. And then that little thing, you now know what that does. You remember when you were like pushing the thing and it
yeah.
was like making a weird noise? That was the headlight. There was a light turning off and on, and you turned it off, and the sun is setting. So it's technically off. It's a little button up on the right. Yeah, That's it, I think. There's a cable on your left, and that's the whistle, because I think you asked me that last week as well.
yeah,
You were like,
yeah.
"Oh, what is
I
it?"
don't know where that went.
Yeah, you would definitely know that this train, how to get this train into reverse. You also know it's going to take you a long time to get this thing going. I feel like on a 26, it's going to be real fucking slow.
Like how long?
Like minutes, multiple minutes before it starts to go slowly, and then 10 before it gets up to good speed. And reversing is even slower than going forward on a train. So,
Okay, I'm gonna crank it into reverse. Would I know if it requires my constant attention, or can I just pull the lever, twist the thingamajig, and let her go?
Yeah, no, I think I'll let you can do it.
Okay,
You hit all the buttons, you'll pull the right levers, and then it will
Whiskey
just start
twist.
to slowly move.
Pull, double whistle tap.
Yeah.
And then I guess that'll be most of my turn because I've done a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of like multiple use actions, really, but
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you off because you're so fucking knowledgeable on the situation. You were just like, oh, I know what to do. But,
Okay, perfect.
crit 20 is a nice gift from me to you. And what you can do.
Oh, I still have that inspiration too. Does that count for like everything, or is that just
An inspiration is an inspiration, my
Oh,
child.
shit.
You use it
Okay.
when you like.
Okay.
Yeah, it is my gift to you. Someone earned an inspiration offline. Who was it? Was it you, Tenchi? Someone got an
I
inspiration.
think it was Jay. It was Jay
Was it?
for the Final
getting
Fantasy
the-
sounds.
Oh, well, that was during the
No,
session.
that was
I
in
think
the session. I feel like I gave
Tenchi-
someone.
Tenchi got one because of a Chocobo reference or something.
Yeah, it sounds
Something
about
like
right.
that. Yeah.
Let's see. Raja, your turn.
Can I make? So we can hear her talking, but we can't understand what she's saying. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be very quiet. You might not be able to hear it as well now because there's a giant sandstorm essentially in front of you.
Okay.
I know that sounded sarcastic, but it wasn't. There is a noise coming from him because the sand is hitting everything.
Can I try to determine what language she's speaking, even if I can't understand what she's saying?
You can make me like an intelligence-based check, something like investigation, maybe.
Investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you can work it out. It's definitely not anything that you're familiar with.
Okay.
So I guess you probably wouldn't work out anything really actually from this one. It sounds very alien to you.
All right. Let me see here. I'm gonna gamble and hope that what I think is going on is what's really going on. And just have Raja turn to the rest of the train and address the entire group and say, "Shut her up!" And then run this way. Yeah, he's pointing up at the one that's talking. And then I'm going to move right about here. How far can I move? What's the range?
You got 30, I think.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
gonna
could-
go right there. Yep. I'm gonna go right there and cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Yes. For noobs out there, what does that one do?
It is. I'll just throw it on screen, right there.
Sure.
But basically, it protects against celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, undead, aberrations. This thing looks like a sand elemental to me, so casting on myself, so that thing has disadvantage if it tries to hit me.
Yeah, and you'd probably be relatively well versed in the fact that this thing is like widely regarded as a demigod, and therefore probably this would work, I guess.
Whether celestial or elemental, I'm hoping I've got it covered under the spell.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm just gonna like wave my hands up and down and yell at it and say, "Hey, ugly, over here!"
Yeah. Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
Yeah, let's see if you can. All right. The ninja foregoes his turn, and we come around to Titan for the first time. So, let's see here. Titan! I'm going to roll a random
Titans
D20.
go!
Titans go! Alright, Titan is going to step onto the train.
What a dick!
His like sandy leg just like parts around the train, so the train continues to very slowly back away, but like the sand is like it washes over the train and then forms relatively solidly again. He's kind of like a sandstorm, so like his movements don't really even look like steps. They're kind of like his leg disappears and reforms in like sand ways. It's not truly like earthling his movements, I guess. It would be very strange, like he's just moving in like a sandstorm. And there's also a sandstorm kicking up around him. So this is a weird thing to do here. Let's see, what can you do? Titan is going to sort of do that weird sandstormy move, walk thing, all the way over to here. And then I need to do this.
Oh, fuck.
And let's see. I think that's the end of his turn for now. But basically, he just moves across the train. There's just it's like a fucking great sandstorm with like the eye of the storm being a humanoid sand man, and he takes like all these steps. Just this sand, the noise hitting the metal of the train just gets louder and louder, and suddenly you are all completely engulfed inside of this sandstorm. Essentially, you'd look up and see like a face, but the rest of the train is just like vision is completely brought down to almost zero, and just sand hitting you pretty hard. It's not fucking you up yet, but it's hitting everything. There's noise, there's sandstorm. That's where Titan's gonna end his turn. Carlias, you are inside of a sandstorm. What do you want to do?
Would it be possible to move out of it? Or am I stuck?
Let's see here. Make me a strength saving throw. Yes, you may move around freely.
Nice.
I'm gonna move further away from the train. And then I want to have a Deadeye shot on the Nightingale.
On the the question mark girl.
Mhm.
Yep. Deadeye shot. Remind us all.
So Deadeye, I spend 1 grit and I gain advantage on the next attack.
So you have grit, right? Which is like a thing that you can. It's like a currency that you can expend to get certain special moves and things like this. How much grit do you have?
Currently I have 2, but I only have 1 now after spending it.
And
But I do get it back for any killing blow with a firearm.
Shit.
Nice.
And
It's really cool.
critical hit as well.
All right, dope.
Damn, that's really cool.
That is cool. So, let's see here. So you fire Scar Shot. 25 is probably a hit. Let's see here. Yes. Give me that damage.
Ouch.
And then,
Oh shit.
let's see here if our armored lady can concentrate.
Nice. Concentration check. Oh.
Need to find my woman.
I've been doing
Find
that
my
for years.
woman.
It hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Please. All right, here we go. Brap.
Oh,
Ah!
dicks.
So we just hear this like shot over the sandstorm. You hear a shot ring out into the dusk, and then you hear a ping as this bullet. You have bullets, right? They're not like weird things that you've flavored in. So just a standard old bullet just strikes this armor. It seems, as far as you're concerned, Carlias, to pierce the armor itself. You see the woman like flung sideways and spin a little bit. But then she sort of gathers herself, holds one arm up to the hole for a second, brings it away like a bloodied palm, but then continues to speak, continues to sort of chant, I guess. And yeah, it seems like she's still going. Nothing necessarily happens with Titan. I guess, is that the end of your turn? Yeah?
Yeah, for now.
For now. Cool. Then, Mr. Arden, it is your turn.
Looking around, panicking just slightly, but I'll eventually get a hold of myself. I am going to... Can I dash in and grab the box?
Dash in and grab the box.
What do I think is going to be...
Where the fuck is the box?
It's like in
Oh,
the-
it's there. Yeah, it's inside
Yeah.
with Kenneth.
I want to go inside Titan and touch his box.
Yeah, no, you can go in to Titan and touch his box. Yeah. Once you step inside, give me a strength saving throw though.
That's fine because can I use a... Nah, screw it. I want to do it. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith before that, and it's getting me a +2 AC for 10 minutes. It is a concentration check, though. That's okay.
You may
a
have
bonus action.
that, yes, but this is a saving throw, so your AC
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
irrelevant on this specifically. But yeah, you can cast that and then do
Right.
the run, the
strength, you
wild
said?
dash in.
Correct.
Yes, please.
And what is inspiration?
Inspiration will essentially give you advantage on this if you want it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you burn your inspiration. So as you like about to step into this thing, you suddenly hear a strange, like, sounds kind of like a bird or something go walk in the background, the back of your head, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have the power of a chocobo, and you dive into this thing. So that becomes a 15, which, luckily for you, changes that from a fail to a make. And
Nice.
yeah, you're free to move in and do
Looks like
whatever you
15
want to do.
20 feet.
Yep, you can
All
just
right,
get there. I know it's kind of hard to work out like what's going on under there because of the whatever, but yeah, you're good.
I'll pick up the box and with the rest of my move, I'm gonna jump into the other cab
Yep. Okay.
and jump under like a table with if I can get to Arnold, jump under his table and just kind of duck and cover around the box.
Yeah. Okay. I think you can get. So let's see here. We'll just use this. You can
Use
get
the
20,
dash action.
and then oh yeah, you're just gonna dash all the way down to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can put your token there. You also have control of the box because you guys all have control of the box. So you can move yourself to wherever it is you want to go. You're easily able to make it all the way over there. So yeah, I guess you just dive into this sandstorm and it's chaos. You locate the box, grab it, dash out. We hear there's like a slam, like a as the door opens, and then you slide into the room there. Everyone is still asleep, including Arnold, though Arnold seemingly went into a natural sleep. And then I guess that brings us over here to our fine a woman. Presumably you cannot do anything, honestly. Let's see, what are you? Yeah, I thought not. So she just continues to do whatever the fuck she's doing. I am of course speaking about the question mark lady over there,
The non-copyright one.
the non-copyright lady who is chanting. She continues to chant from atop this kind of very high precipice. It's kind of like, I don't know what they're called in the desert because I don't have any in England, but they're like a big rock outcropping that juts out of the ground. Brings us back round to Lash. Lash, you are hidden-ish, but the sandstorm
Ish.
is everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's sand hitting your beak. What would you like to do?
I don't like that. It's getting in my feathers. I'm going to like to sneak and duck over to here using cunning action if I can, or actually less movement to there.
Let's see. I think your cunning action does not negate this thing, so you need to give me a strength save before you do any.
To get out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, 1 sec. Just roll straight strength.
That is a fail. Unfortunately, that means you have to stay where you were.
Gotcha.
You can control Z if you don't remember where you
Oh,
exactly
nice,
were,
okay.
but you were there. So yeah, like you sort
I'm
of
firmly
look around,
stuck.
attempt to work out what's going on, and like lots of this sand sort of begins to coalesce and push down on you and weigh you down. You look down, and one of your feet, are they feet? Little.
Yeah,
You have like
they are.
human feet.
I have peoply kind of feet. Yeah.
Okay.
peoply hands.
Then you have a creepy human foot, which is buried in a lot of like thick sand, and it's beginning to sort of like grow, I guess, like fill, and hold your leg there. You are grappled. That's all that is. You can still do your actions and things like that. A grapple technically just means you can't move. I don't think it does anything else like horrifically untoward.
Sure.
But the condition of grappled is that your speed becomes 0. You can't do any speed-based things. Yeah, that's about it. You'll be able to try and... Yeah, unless you can think of anything...
Futile as it sounds, I think I would, in this predicament, I would shoot up into its
Big
its
sand-
head.
big
Although I
sandy
know
face.
it's a channeled, spell, I think I would still, in fear, I would probably shoot. So I'm gonna shoot my bow.
Pop an arrow in his big sandy face. That is a hit. You hit his big sandy face. If you give me the damage by clicking short bow in that dice roller again. Bam, you got it. Yes, the arrow, you probably don't even really see it hit its target. You just assume you did. You just fire up into just this blizzard of sand. The arrow, as far as if we were to follow the arrow, does go up. It does hit the thing in its sandy face. It just disappears inside of his head, and then later on will no doubt appear somewhere else. Make sure you mark off 1 arrow from your inventory. In terms of like ammunition and things, I tend to just roll a dice after all of the combat for if you can find any and pick any up. Unless you obviously like fire them off of a cliff or something like that. But you're on a vaguely moving train fighting a demigod at the moment, so I'm sure you're not like too bothered right now. So you did technically hit, though it doesn't seem to do a heck of a lot of damage. You do some damage. Haha, lol. He said do.
She said doo-doo.
And I guess that brings us, unless that's not the end of your turn, but it probably is. Can you do any weird stuff? In that case, it brings us to a ninja who is not going to do anything. And then Kenneth, background to you. You are inside of this train now, which is just filling up with sand, and there's sand and sandstorm and chaos. What do you want to
Train's
do?
still moving though, yeah? Slowly?
The train is slowly moving, yeah.
Okay. Can I see the person inside of the god? The sand?
What do you mean, the person?
Like you said there was like a humanoid inside of the
yeah,
figure.
it's like a giant Attack on Titan humanoid shape of sand.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were
Yeah.
implying there was somebody inside it as well.
No,
Like
there's
there-
not like
okay.
a dude like Psycho
Okay,
Mantising
cool.
this thing. Yeah.
Pulling the strings for the
Yeah, I thought it was a Psycho Mantis kind of thing.
No, he
In
is
that
the
case-
animated sand is the
Yeah.
the man, yeah.
I'm going to expeditious retreat on myself. So bonus action I can use as a dash.
Okay. Yep.
So that, mark it off, and I'm going to move. Question for that: would I get my movement and then a dash, since it's
No. Well,
No, it
yeah,
would
I get
just be-
if you use your action for a dash, then yeah. You've consumed your bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat. Yeah.
Oh yes, actually, yeah. I thought it was an action. Okay.
I might be wrong, but yeah.
If your turns. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to dash right now then.
you'll still need to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, what's default human speed? Because I don't have my speed written down.
It's 30.
35, right? 30
No,
or 35?
35 is pretty much just wood elves, I think.
Okay. Strength saving throw. Fuck.
Oh, there's a fail. In a similar way to what you see around Lash's legs, the sand is like too thick around your legs, and it's literally like sucking on your legs, I guess. Kind of weird, but yep, it's holding there. Like quicksand, I guess, more so than just, oh, this is sand, I can get out of it.
Okay. Does that use up my action since I couldn't move, or?
I guess you didn't do a dash, so no.
Okay.
Lash still got an action.
I'm going to Ray of Frost up into the big guy here.
Nice. Sure. Yes.
Does she hit?
17 does hit, yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, roll damage.
Roll me that damage, please. One cold damage.
If only that was the noble woman.
The entire demigod freezes over and explodes. No, it really doesn't. It's similar to with the Kenku and the arrow. Just you see this ray of frost disappear up and just strike an area of the. I mean, above you technically is a roof, but you could hit any part of this thing that you can see. So you're like, so I'm going to allow it. You just and you just crack a ray of frost off, and it. There's a little sparkle of cold. And yeah, Titan doesn't care about one cold damage.
Okay. Yeah,
You hit it with one cold damage though, if that helps. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Raja, back around to you. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Raja, I'm gonna say at this point, just spent all this time staring at the thing. I'm gonna use Slayer's Eye and try and examine it for any weakness that I can spot in the creature.
Sure. What do you get with that exactly again? Just resistances.
It's resistances, immunities, and special effects such as troll health regen ceasing when hit by fire is the example that it gives.
Do you get Do you get vulnerabilities and stuff like that?
Yeah, vulnerability, resistance, or immunity.
Cool. So, looking this thing over.
Which does me no good because I don't have any elemental spells, but
hey, but you can learn and you can, looking this thing over for whatever reason you are able to understand. The thing is, it's not really vulnerable actually. I guess it's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons, including things like an arrow. It is immune to poison, and it has water susceptibility, which means for every 5 feet, Titan moves in water, which also counts as acid for the spellcasters. Or every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage. So water fucks it up, kind of. And poison will hurt it not at all, and you need magical weapons to damage it melee-wise.
Alright.
That is all you know, I think.
Alright, so I'm looking at the thing, realizing none of that does me any good whatsoever.
No. You personally not great, but yeah.
Doesn't bother saying anything. Instead, I'm going to move here. Boing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe gives me direct line of sight. Just barely. What would the range be on a thrown weapon?
Well, it depends on the thrown weapon. What are you trying to throw?
A dagger.
A dagger is not too far. I think its max is going to be probably 60. Give me 1 second. I will find
30,
out.
60, I think.
Okay, it's probably 30, 60. Let's see here. A dagger has a thrown range of 20, 60. So, yeah.
So not even remotely close. All right.
Unfortunately not.
And how far is she?
Quite far.
Like
200 from us.
120 feet, or does that say 50? It's pretty
55.
150.
I hate that when you zoom out, it also zooms out from the number,
Yeah.
so you can't read it.
There. She's 150 from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need a longbow, really,
I'll just use the.
or a gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at this point, Raj's just gonna pull out the hidden revolver, and everyone else is just gonna hear a gunshot as I take a shot at her.
Yeah. What is the range on a gun, Connor?
Hidden revolver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Nice.
I feel like a gun at minimum.
revolver.
It definitely has to be like 150, 600, if not
100, 400.
100, 400. There you go. So take those stats for the future, Fairlight. I don't know if
Okay.
you had it already. So yeah, you have this revolver. Feel free to fire. Wow,
Oh,
that's a crit.
my god.
That'll work.
Yeah,
Raja is the new Boulder. Like,
yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
I think so. So that is. Let's see. Definitely
Lady.
gonna do some big dams. Let's see.
wait. 1d10. Oh, never mind. That's the crit. Okay, never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
I thought I must have put the formula in wrong, but it's auto. Is it automatically calculating crit damage? For me?
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
work.
it auto rolls a crit for you.
Oh, okay.
Does it?
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
+6 is.
The +6 is the extra roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you hover over, it just says crit in big letters too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
It's a
that's good.
1d10.
You're good. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you just pull out this tiny little revolver. How does that look? Because it's a little little thing,
Yeah.
right?
So, Raj's revolver is not nearly as fancy as the one Carlias is using. It's old, it's beat up, and it's only got 4 chambers in the cylinder. So, as opposed to, I'm assuming Carlias has 6, but it still works, and it works well enough to land a shot at that range.
And you do so. There's another crack of a revolver that goes off, and you see this woman on top of this rock just get spun. I guess from the angle you wouldn't see what happens to her, but it looks like she falls, hits the deck, and you will notice that the chanting stops from over by her. The sandstorm of Titan sort of drops suddenly. There's just a shower of sand as it falls about you guys. There's a pause, I guess, a beat before Titan turns left, turns right, looks around himself, and then reaches down and grabs reaches down and I guess fuck it, he grabs Carlias, and that's where we're gonna go to a break.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Join us in a few minutes to find out what Titan wants with Carlias. Young, sweet Carlias,
dear.
our
These
dwarven gunslinger.
cliffhangers. I'm gonna quit my own show because of these cliffhangers.
See you in a few minutes, everybody. Go grab yourselves a drink to wash away the desert sand
The pain.
and the pain.
Why are we
Yeah.
here?
Why are we still here?